This week, in trying to cast a wide net for various ideas, I surveyed 3 teachers. The 3 teachers I spoke to are a Japanese university professor in an international liberal arts program at a Japanese university. I also spoke to an American performing arts teacher at an international school. Lastly, I spoke with an American ESL teacher at a Japanese kindergarten. The first question I asked was, how do you incorporate technology in your lessons or classroom? The professor mentioned some apps he uses for students to respond in real time to the lecture through their smartphones. The drama teacher uses lots of Google apps and the smartboard. The kindergarten teacher expressed regret about lack of much technology in her classroom. She uses CDs and a CD player. I also asked, what are your goals for technology use in the classroom? They all desired more active learning through technology in the class. There was commonality here across the student age groups and from all 3 teachers. I also asked, how do you feel your students respond to your incorporation of technology in their learning? Again, all teachers said the same thing. Their students responded positively to technology in the classroom. The next question, I asked, do you feel your students' education or experience to date has prepared them for the technology you use? We had yes, yes, and no. The kindergartners just didn't have enough life experience to be able to handle technology in the classroom. Additionally, this teacher described the kindergarten's philosophy as, our kindergarten is very analog by design. They do not want young children exposed to screens and the digital world, but rather encourage hands-on creation and play. Using a CD and CD player is as technical as it gets. The next question I asked in the interviews was, what technology do you use the most in your classroom? The professor said, iOS apps and an iPad Pro. The drama teacher mentioned Google Classroom, smartboards, and Google Slides. Another question was, what specific technological innovation have you implemented most successfully in your classroom in the last 5 years? The professor mentioned specific iPad apps, including Ping Pong and a calligraphy app for Japanese kanji letters. Ping Pong is an app that allows the teacher to ask real-time questions and receive real-time responses from the students through their smartphones. The drama teacher recommends Google Classroom. She said it has been great for organizing resources and giving feedback to students in a timely manner. She's found it's really been helpful for her to stay organized, as well as the students. The next question I asked was, what are the obstacles that might make technology difficult to use in your lessons? The professor said, technical issues may include Wi-Fi internet service or compatibility issues among everyone's devices. Sometimes those issues make it unreasonably difficult, and students need to wait for a long time until it gets ready. The drama teacher talked about students forgetting their laptop, which makes it difficult to complete assignments or participate in the lesson. At her school, every student has a laptop, and they're supposed to bring it to class each day. The kindergarten teacher said her school doesn't even have internet access or Wi-Fi throughout the school. It is limited to the front office only. That sure makes it difficult to include a lot of technological innovations in this day and age. The last question in my interviews was, are there any downsides to using technology in education in your experience? The professor mentioned how embarrassing it can be when tech doesn't work as expected when you need it. The drama teacher and the kindergarten teacher discussed the balance required between screen time and live human interaction. For kindergartners, the kindergarten teacher discussed the importance of children developing their bodies and minds in the real world with real interaction and not in the digital world. The drama teacher says too much screen time is an issue at her school. And now for the lesson plan analysis. The drama teacher interviewed shared a plan for an upcoming unit on Commedia dell'arte for 8th graders. Her school has a 1-to-1 ratio of laptops to students, so every student has access to a computer for every class. Additionally, there is good, reliable Wi-Fi available throughout the school. I believe she has incorporated technology in a way that touches on all ISTE standards for educators, including learner, leader, citizen, collaborator, designer, facilitator, and analyst. The Japanese university professor shared with me a plan created for a 6th grade lesson on the dangers of smoking and how to discuss it with adult family members. In this lesson, the students watch an 8-minute DVD, have a class discussion about the topics in the video, create an action plan for implementing anti-smoking efforts, and then take a survey of their impressions and feelings about smoking. One idea, the DVD video could be made into a play-pause-it bulb, including comprehension questions and discussion points throughout the video, rather than just at the end of the classroom discussion. The action plan and discussion notes could be assembled in Padlet or a similar application to gather all students' ideas together visually as they have the discussion. So let's talk about the 5-point checklist. Here are a few points based on ISTE principles and what I've learned from the past week of investigation. I can use these to guide my own tech incorporation in my lessons looking forward. 1. Does this technology support the learning goals of this lesson? Is it distracting? 2. What choices of technology use can I offer my students for this assignment? I think it's good to have some alternatives. 3. How do I need to prepare my students for this technology? 4. What alternatives can I consider if this technology fails in the moment? And 5. How can I share or suggest this technology and/or lesson plan with a colleague to support them and their students? I especially want to find ways to open up that last point to share my new discoveries with others. Learning new technology has been one of the most rewarding parts of Teach Now for me, and collaboration and sharing with colleagues falls under the Collaborator headline in ISTE Standards for Educators.